Imagine being in a secluded forest far from the city, but you're not. The Presidio is a large green space that in some areas feels just like that. It was a former US military post turned national park. A lot has changed since I returned from Asia, many of it being new to me. The Presidio is also a great place for recreation and leisure activities. You can also camp in certain areas of the Presidio. Today we're going to look at Crissy Field, tunnel tops, main post, Letterman Complex, and several areas from the Arguello Gate to the 25th Avenue exit and more. You can relax and enjoy the scenery in and around Crissy Field by wandering the beaches and marsh areas, or head to Fort Point, but before that, make sure you go to the Greater Farallones Visitor Center. The Tunnel Tops area was completely new to me. It offers amazing views of the Golden Gate Bridge, the Presidio Visitor Center, the Outpost Playground and Field Station Curiosity Lab, trails and public lawns, and some of the best places to picnic in the Presidio. The main post features history, architecture, and nature. It's home to the Presidio Visitor Center and the Presidio's Officers Club, the park's oldest building with free history exhibitions. Hotels and restaurants can be found here, as well as picnic sites and public lawns. This was my first time going to the Letterman Complex. I'm a Star Wars fan and wanted to see some Star Wars statues and whatnot. Again, some people were not happy about George Lucas taking this spot over. Either way, this area does look nice. We'll start at the 25th Avenue entrance to the Presidio. Walking down the path to the west is Baker Beach, but we're going to head east and walk the Lobos Creek Valley Trail. This trail wasn't used much, but since COVID it's become popular. I'll call this area the Lizard Cut because there are so many lizards here. I could find over 50 on good days, but it's a bit more difficult now because many people walk with their dogs here. Still a nice trail though. We called this place the Haunted Hospital, but now it's just an apartment complex. We broke in here hella times. As youth, we claimed the government was doing secret experiments here, there were ghosts and even aliens. We all have our stories based on things we've seen here. Good times. Now we enter the Arguello Gate, on the other side of the Presidio, the Avs side. Continuing down the path on the left parallel to the golf course is a trail called the Mountain Lake Trail, which is very popular among dog walkers and leads to Mountain Lake Park. But we're not going to head there yet. We're going to walk up the path from Arguello Gate and do a loop called the Bay Area Ridge Trail. See? Now we're overlooking the Lizard Cut. Many things connected here. One of the last natural lakes in San Francisco is Mountain Lake Park. And there's one story I'd like to share. Many moons ago, back in 1996, someone decided to toss an alligator into Mountain Lake Park. People noticed less animals and soon discovered the alligator. The story felt like months thinking back, but in reality it was far less. No one could catch it. So the Chronicle decided to contact a real alligator hunter in Florida. A man by the name Jim the Gatorman Long said he could catch it in 15 minutes. That 15 minutes turned out to be 72 hours before he caught the gator. It was a cool story that was a highlight of the time in our neighborhood. The Avs is a safe area as far as neighborhoods in major cities go. But this is a city and we're also in the United States. So anything can happen at any time. Always be cautious and use common sense. This is Walgreens. This Walgreens, which is a few blocks from my house, is the most robbed Walgreens in the United States. Don't believe me? Look it up. I've been abroad for almost a decade and I've returned to San Francisco and I've been living here almost a year and a half now. I bring this up because I recently found out about this, and since I've been back, I would have never noticed it was the most robbed Walgreens in the United States. I have not had one bad incident since I've been back at any store or on the street. Mental health and homelessness are serious issues in San Francisco, but it's mostly concentrated in the TL and downtown, though we do have a few homeless people in the Avs as well. People out here boost and bip. I'm going to teach you a little bit of Frisco terminology. Boosting is robbing stores. But if you're not a business, you should be fine. Bipping, on the other hand, is your biggest issue when coming to the city. Bipping is breaking into your car, taking your things, and you coming back jacked. The city hasn't done anything about this. What that means is you have to take responsibility for this. At this point, if you're leaving your things in your car in San Francisco and you get robbed, well, that's kind of your fault. Again, unfortunately, the city isn't helping with this, and it's a serious issue. The locations I'm going to share are prime locations to get bipped. Folks from other neighborhoods love coming out to mine to do this type of stuff. Research, be smart, use common sense. Don't be a victim and have your vacation ruined over something you could have prevented. Be mindful of poison oak, as there is some poison oak in some of the areas. The worst thing about the Avs is the weather. It could be windy, cold, and foggy here, but sunny and warm in the Mission District. There's a year's worth of footage here. I filmed during different seasons, so you may notice trees that are lush and green only to see them bare on the next clip. Same with the weather. A clip could be sunny only to be overcast in the next. The weather can change here quickly. It could be sunny for 30 minutes, then it's overcast the rest of the day. I did this on purpose because I'm not trying to sell this to you. Your time is important, and the fact that you're investing time into this video means I want you to make accurate judgments when visiting locations. I'm not here to show you the Avs at its best. I'm here to share my honest perspective. I'm going to film locations and show the good and the bad. I won't film a certain angle to hide graffiti or trash. I've wasted time, money, sweat, and headaches following other YouTubers who want to show only what they want you to see. Pisses me off. That's why I started making my own videos. I'm not going to do that to you. If graffiti at Baker Beach offends you, then don't go. In my opinion, the best time to come to the city is September or October. We have our nice Indian summer, which starts near the end of September. It doesn't seem to be as long or as hot as it used to be, but for me, it's the time with the nicest weather. There's also not many tourists. We also have the free Not So Strictly Bluegrass Festival at Golden Gate Park, which has dozens of bands of various genres. We also have some cool fairs like the Haight Street Fair, and we also have Fleet Week, so you get to see the Blue Angels. But since the weather is never really hot or cold, any time can work. Peace, and keep being curious.